Hey, it's me, it's Brandon T here with the Painting with Magic show. And today I thought we'd do something we haven't never done on the show, and that is a wildlife painting. I get so many questions on how to paint animals. And today I thought we'd do the Kentucky State Bird little cardinal here. Nice little red cardinal. I think they'll be very fun to do, and I'll show you how easy it is to paint wildlife. You can do this with so many different types of animals, deers, bears, anything you could want to do. You could do it the same way. So what I've got here is an oval that we haven't done yet. So I thought we'd do two different things on this one show. And so I got a 16 by 20 canvas panel. Now it's very important that you use a panel board for this type of painting. Anytime you're going to do an oval painting or you're going to mask out something, you need to use a panel because it gets it sticks right to it. If you use a stretch canvas, you're not going to get nice crisp edges. This contact paper will not stick to it. It's going to be very aggravating. So get you a canvas panel for this project. So I'll give you a little more information on what I've got. I took this little bird sketch that I made, and I just transferred it to my canvas. And then I took my black and white canvas seals and done some nice little details in here, and I'll show you that once we get to the bird. But this little sketch will be on my website at brandthomasart.com if you want to use my same sketch that I drawed out for this little cardinal. Okay? And then I took my big 2-inch landscape brush and I just put some white canvas seal on here, and we're ready to go. So I have the colors go across the screen for you, just like I have on my palette. I thought we kick a little phthalo blue on a 2-inch landscape brush, just a little bit, not too much going on today. Okay, because today's main goal is to show you how to paint this bird and to use some different type of glazing technique. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to do little swirls, open patches. Okay, nice and easy. Today, just want kind of a basic background of a sky going on. And then we'll tone this down. It's a little too bright, but we could tone it down. Okay. And if you're worried about canvas panels sucking up your amazing white, you can just put a little white canvas seal on top of that. That's what I did on this one as well, before I where it was ready to go with it. Okay, so now we're going to ease it back, get these colors to tone down a little bit. So I'm just doing open patches. What this will do will create some nice open areas in your sky, giving you automatic cloud movement in your sky. So it's going around, not even washed out the brush or anything. It's a nice soft brush, that way we can blend. So let's go over the whole thing. It gives you a very interesting sky. It makes it just worth more money than just a flat blue. Okay, so now I'm going to do an X stroke over the whole thing. Okay, and you can blend it as far back as you want it. Alrighty. Next, what I'll do is I'll take my number 6 fan brush and we'll just go into a little bit of titanium white. And we can pull some of these clouds out. Now you can use a 1-inch landscape brush or 2-inch landscape brush for this, but I want to pull a little bit of clouds out here. So I'll go back in here. And I love to use the fan brush, so I'll use it as many times as I can today. I'm starting where there's already little white patches at and kind of work those out. These are easy skies to do for a beginner. So if you're starting out and you don't want to paint clouds, the clouds are kind of difficult to do when you get started. You can do these nice open patches skies and don't have to worry about it. Okay, pretty good there. There's one. Alright. I'll hit my little 2-inch hake brush. I'm just going to soften this down. Okay. Soften them up a little bit. Okay. Now I gotta decide if I want anything back here to play along with the background, because today you're just going to be painting a background. So if you want this to be just a sky, you can stop there and you can start working on your bird. But what I kind of want to do is I'm thinking about doing some background things back here. Maybe, maybe not. I can't tell right now. So I might maybe take a back side of my brush and I can sketch out some things. Maybe I want a small indication of a mountain back here. Just a little mountain. Maybe I'll have a little tiny stream coming out this way. A bit of a stream. Something about like that. Because I don't want this to be the focus point. I want the bird to be the main thing. So you see how when I laid out this bird, he's on this side of the painting. There's nothing dead center. Okay? So what I may use is a brush that I'm testing right now to paint this because I want it nice and soft. So I'll take a little titanium white. And it's just a bright brush. It's a number 6 bright. A little bit of black. I'll make a gray. This is a brush I'm testing right now. And we can see what it is. It's nice and soft. Nice soft color. Nothing really going on in the background today. Just a little bit of color. Work down that color. I can work it this way a little bit. I really don't want it to be just far away in the background. Now I'll take my 2-inch hake brush and I'll pull him out. And then I'm going to soften him into the background. Kind of fuzzy him out a little bit. Put him into the background. This brush is super soft and it's wide enough to do this without making a mess. There's too many small little hake brushes on the market. These nice big wide one here, you need it. Okay, and then we said we may have a little water. And we can kind of sketch them out that same color. It could be even that same color of gray. Because we don't really want too much going on. There's a little bit of that going on. There has to be some greenery going on down there. So I may add a little bit of some phthalo yellow green. Because it's a light green color. It's a beautiful green. We'll just add it right down there. Just a little bit. Then I'll grab my filbert brush. And we'll test that green out. Because we just want a little bit of green. Then we'll tone him down. Just some stuff going on. A little too much. Take a little more blue. I think there's some grass or something. Some trees going on back down here. Not really sure yet where we're going with it. Because might be a big old tree over here. This bird's just sitting there. Got a big, beautiful view going on. I don't really want much going on back here. Then I can cut that water back on her. Again, this is just a far away little thing, but you gotta make it look like water. So I add a touch of blue, then I mopped off my brush. Then we're going to put that little stream back in there. That could be a huge river going through there. But it's really far away. Really far away. Nice and distancing. Okay. We gotta touch it back up again. Now, there's hardly any paint on this canvas right now. Very little paint. I'm going to go back to a little bit of green. A little bit of blue. Tiny touch of burnt umber. I'm just going to try to get a little darkness going on so I can put some distant trees back here. Maybe a touch of black. Tiny little pinches. Then we'll see what we got back here. I don't know if that's going to do it or not. I don't want too much back here. I just want a little bit of indication that there's some trees kind of growing back through here. Most of this is going to get covered up with some nice big limbs going across. More green. I may even add a little touch of sap green into this on this palette. Just I want something in there. But again, like I said, this is not going to even be a lot of that's going to get covered up. It's just some different things going on in the background. A little bit of sap green, a little of that phthalo yellow green. I'm just going to see if I can just tap in some. Like some, there's a little bit of a trees going on. Real distant stuff. Don't really worry about it too much. So when your brush starts running out of paint, just keep going with it. There's a really nice rolling hills. Then I'm just going to let it do this, because again we're going to probably try to soften them down with the Hake brush. It looks like a mess right now, but we're going to clean it up. So again, we'll just softly go over that to kind of just put it into the background. Now just want to roll this down a little bit. Let it go way back into the background. So it's starting to shape up now, maybe a little bit more of a rolling hill there, another one there. A little hill. And another little topper. Because see, it's all going way in the background. Not really worried about what's over here, but right over here I want some green. So whenever it gets shown, there'll be like, the eye will just fill everything in for you. Okay. Then we'll blend it down a little bit. Put it into the background. It'll look like we're going to find big old limbs in here. Okay. This brush is just beautiful old brush for this. Okay. So I think I got this shaped up to where I wanted it at. You can put even more details in if you want to. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take off this masking tape and then we can get started into what I was doing. Just dropped some stuff, but it's okay. I'm going to take my palette knife. Make sure I ain't got nothing here. I'm going to grab the edge of this. This is just regular masking tape that I used. And you'll be able to see what I did underneath him, and we can start talking about it. Okay. So there's a little bird. Get this masking tape up. It's garbage. Okay, so now what I want to do is show to you a little bit what I did. Like I said, I took black and white canvas seal. And what I done is I took my liner brush, my number 2 script liner, and I loaded it up into some of the black canvas seal after I transferred my sketch on here. And I just went over the whole sketch using some black canvas seal, thinned down with a little water with my liner brush. Then after I let that dry, I filled on all the areas that need to be black, like the little front end here. His face is black. And then I went here, and to get the fur look, I just kind of just pull it out a little bit. All around. That gives it a nice furry look. And then I took some black and white canvas seal, mixed some gray, kind of made some lines going through here, darker a little bit. Just putting random little lines to give it that feathery look. But right here's where I want the light coming on him, so I'll make this the brightest to the darkest. Okay? And I've got this little sketch that I made on my website, or you can go on my website and give us a message and we'll send it to you on an email so you can do this project at home. So, now it's time to do some glazing. On our last episode, we've done there's two different styles of glaze. There's multiple styles of glazing. This is more of a wet glaze we're doing now. We're going to do a wet glaze so we can see all these little tones coming through. So what I will do is I'll wash out my little bright brush. I was using just a little synthetic brush. Just small. If you have a small flat synthetic, that'll do the job too. Okay. And so I'll grab my little amazing clear. Okay. We're going to take some Grumbacher red. And we're going to thin it down. Nice thin coat. It's very wet with amazing clear mixed with it. Okay, now we'll go up here to our little bird, little cardinal. And we'll be able to put all this in to the little cardinal. So this is the easy part of the cardinal painting. And so he'll get darker at the bottom. And he'll get lighter at the top. So I'll set this palette down so I get some more control on this painting. So I get some more control up here. Okay. Now, whenever you're painting, now you can do this glaze with the underpainting with colored acrylic paint, but the black and white, you can just do it or whatever you want with it. So many different types of things. But anyways, this is how I'm going to do this glaze. I also got some, I also have a little bit of, so I'm just going to add a little bit more of this red in here now. What I've done is I just added a little bit more of this red to this. I wanted to make it a little more redder, because these birds are beautiful. So all I've done is add more red. Brighten them up a lot more. Now what you're going to see is this black and white canvas seal. You can see all the little lines in there now. All little feather shapes. Okay. You can do this for anything you want, as long as you can draw them out. Just draw them out. And you can do it this way. It's super easy. You can do it for cabins, houses, anything you can think of. You can do it for this. Now what I'm going to do now, stop messing with it, because if you're painting with a synthetic brush, the problem with the synthetic is that it can pick up and remove paint. So I'm going to show you one cool thing about synthetic brushes are. They're soft, but you can use them to remove paint. So if you have a little accident on here, I'm not going to remove anything on the bird, but I'm going to show you around the bird. They'll clean them off. I'm going to go right here beside of them, if you can see this. I can remove a little of that blue. And I can come back in with some of that. And fix him. I can fix this up by just dabbing. If I hold it this way, it's going to soften it now. Kind of softens them down a little bit. And we can add a little more touch of blue. Okay. We can kind of soften them down now to fix those little problems. See? It's that easy. There's a little touch of red back there, but I'll do that later on if I want to fix that or not. So now what I want to do is add a little more brightness to him. I'm going to take a little yellow. Now, anytime you want to brighten up anything that's red, apples, a little red bird or something, do not use white and red. It'll make pink. And that's a big problem with people who want to brighten things up. So you want to use an orange. So I add a little white, but I'm going to add a little yellow to make it orange. The way I can kind of come here and I can add more depth into him. So I'm going to kind of throw a little bit of that orange in there. A little white. Tone that orange down some. I could just put a little bit more in there. Kind of add a little brightness there. Back to some red. A little more red in there. Kind of a little darker red spots in there again. Kind of makes it nice looking highlights into his feathers here. Okay, that's good. I like them. Okay, that's good. I like them. Okay, so now what I want to do is do his little beak. A cardinal's beak is almost a brown, almost. Now I'm going to see if this brush is small enough. I'm going to go down to my liner brush for that. I'll take some amazing clear. You can look how clear that is. It's as clear as water. We'll take some burnt umber, some red, and some yellow. Because we want them to be noticeable. Okay? And this is very dangerous right now because it's very liquidy. You can ruin the whole painting if you're not careful. Okay. And there is his beak. We come in here with some black. I'm going to go right back in there because black's super strong. It'll eat that all up. And then we could come in here and really fix up his face here. Some black oil paint. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It'll just make it more richer looking. Okay. And then we can take a little white. A little dot here for his eye, his hat. There he is. Okay. Pull off my hands. And wherever I got a little speck or two out, I'll just blend them out with my fan brush. Okay. There is the bird. So it's that easy to do those little cardinals that way. And like I said, you can do bears that way, deers, mooses. And then I'm going to take off my contact paper before I start adding in the rest of everything else. I have to move the top clamp a little bit. Okay. Okay, now, here's where we gets a little more cooler looking. We're going to add in a big nice limb in here. So you see how nice and crisp it is around these edges because we used a nice panel board. Okay, now we're going to take this round brush and some burnt umber. There's a little bit of clear on them. Big old round brush. And we'll start off with this. More clear on him. And all round brush is like an oversized liner brush. And there it goes this way and right out of the painting. That's where I want him to go. Right out of that painting. Then he goes right over here. There's a big old tree or something. It's way off this painting here. And all this does is gives it some interesting looking little painting now. Big old limb. Okay, that easy. Now we take our liner brush. We do all kinds of things with it now. We can put another limb. Need some more amazing clear in them. And this is a super fun project to do. I really love doing animals and stuff like that. Sometimes we don't do them we haven't never done one on the show yet, but we get a lot of questions on it, and I figured we can do one now. So we're just gonna come over here and gonna mix them up right there. Go with the bird. Okay, and this liner brush will do some super fun and fantastic details. As long as you've loaded them right, because he'll go to a nice sharp point for you automatically because of how I designed the brush. It's a synthetic liner brush, synthetic sable. Okay. You can do all kinds of these little details. Okay. Down he is. Maybe that broke off or something. Okay, we got a little spillage there. Okay. Now, here's a nice little tip I'm going to show you right now. With a paper towel. We got some runny stuff coming now. It got a little too thin on me. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to pick them up right now with the paper towel. Now, you'll get it where you're getting it thin and it'll start feeling good for you. What happened was I went over it too many times in that one spot. But that's an easy fix. We can come back and give them an even bigger knot there. And that's a great little tip to show. Maybe more paint. Throw a little more paint up here in some areas. Nice little tip right there. Nice little lesson in itself. Because so many students I've had too in the past has gone in where it would get really nice and thin, and then it would start to run. But okay, there. Nice little lesson there. So I'm just going to take and make a lighter color to kind of throw some highlighting in on top of this stuff. Right on top of the, make it look kind of like it's a big, nice details. Like that. And you can come back and you do all kinds more details to it. You can even, before you even peel the paper off you can put some limbs coming behind them and things too. But there we go. I think I got a nice finished little painting for you. It's a nice, easy, simple little cardinal picture. I think you'll really enjoy doing this one. And I believe I will sign this painting. I'm going to use some phthalo blue. And we'll go right here in the painting. But anyways, I hope you try this one out. If you want this little sketch that I made, just go to BrandThomasArt.com. You should be able to find it on there. And if you can't find it on there, give us a message on there and we'll send you this little sketch so you can do it yourself. And all you'll need is some transfer paper, graphite paper is what it's called. And if you can't find that, you can use some charcoal on the back of the piece of paper and do it that way. We may do a video or something later on how to transfer things to your canvas. You can do some fantastic things that way. There we go. Signed. Alrighty. So, I hope you enjoyed this little lesson. It's a great one to try. Nice little oval painting and a nice little cardinal. This one here is ready for the art gallery. So is yours. And I'll see you real soon. And we'll just continue just adding darks in here. Nice dark. You need dark to show light.